Hello, Sharam here. This is actually a video that I wanted to share on r/bold. That's the Reddit subreddit, r/bold, which, to be honest, I'm an active member of. In case you couldn't tell. But truth be told, it's also a video about emotional healing and my own journey when it came to sort of learning to love my appearance despite how I look like and all that sort of stuff. Now, for those people who are joining me from Reddit, hello, my name is Sharam Namdarian, life coach, relationship coach, emotional healer. This is my channel where I talk a lot about relationships, but I also talk a lot about emotional healing. And I really want to get across some really important things that I learned from my own journey that might help people who are either balding or bold, who haven't really learned to accept themselves or who struggle with the journey. And to those people who are regular fans of my channel who just like my shit, who like talking about healing, who like learning about this stuff. Hello, I'm here. You'll get something out of this video too. So for those who don't know me, I've actually struggled a lot with my hair over a long period of time. I actually come from a family of thinning hair, not balding, but thinning. So I remember when I was younger, I used to have really crazy thick hair. I remember my mother telling me it's like around your 20s, it's gonna go. Lo and behold, it went. But for a period of time, for many years, I actually was using Ashley and Martin. So in Australia, I don't know if this is a global thing. In Australia, a thing called Ashley and Martin. It's basically, for those who know, it's like the finasteride, it's the saw palmino. It's like you put the ointment in your hair or else it gets the hose again. You put the ointment in your hair every night, you take the pills, and lo and behold, my hair actually started to come back. Now, over a period of time, I didn't necessarily like the idea of being tied down. If you know me personally, I'm sort of like a free spirit in the sense that it's very hard for me to settle. It's very hard for me to be in one place, even to the point that me creating a business, it's not a brick and mortar business, it's a online business where I can be anywhere and have the schedule how I want it to be. So this idea eventually, after many years of having to go in to do the lasers, I know they had a thing that you could borrow and you put on your head, a little skull cap of like lasers beaming, to stimulate the blood growth and stuff like that. So I set out on a journey to sort of solve my hair problem through emotional healing. And it took me in a direction I did not expect to take. So look, every time, oh God, how do I put this into words? I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot with my appearance. I struggled a lot with how I looked. I was constantly looking at myself in mirrors in order to make sure my hair didn't look like it was thin, like I was trying to hide some part of myself. On this channel, I talk about the concept of surrender. In my life, I talk about the concept of surrender, not just on this channel. In my work, I talk about the concept of surrender. The surrender is that once an emotional cycle has given time to process, that means to complete its cycle, we are then free. We make space for something, we learn something, we grow, things like that. So I talk about deep emotional surrender as this idea as a systemized approach to cure a lot of emotional issues. That is to without trying to modify or change a feeling or situation, to just surrender to how it feels. That's emotional surrender. So what did I do? One day it became very apparent I needed to look in the mirror and look at my hair and surrender to how it felt. So all the fucking feelings and thoughts and ideas had to come up, and I had to witness them and not try to change them as I previously did or have. Now, I think it was, and I say this very tongue-in-cheek, I think it was more tumultuous for my partner than it was for me during that time, because she had to deal with me grieving. I was grieving. I looked at my hair, all the lifetime of pain. I say that tongue-in-cheek because really it was very painful for me too. All the lifetime of pain and grief had to come out. Now, as it came out and it came out and it came out and it came out, like thoughts like, oh, I thought I would be this way, but now I'm this way. Thoughts like, I'm unattractive. I'm going to be unattractive if I shave my hair, or I'm unattractive with thinner hair. During that period of time, I didn't realize actually how much I had put my own attractiveness, my beliefs about my attractiveness in my hair, that I identified with my hair. I am Sharam and I have cool hair. Now, it was maybe half an hour to an hour, maybe a couple hours. I can't remember the exact time period, to be honest. It was the end of last year, I think. Yeah, towards the end of last year. I ended up just staring and staring and staring and grieving and grieving and grieving all the things around my hair. Now, this is why this video is specifically for r/Reddit as well, because on this thing, there are a lot of people who have issues about their hair. And there are other people that say, never balding, always bald. It's like there's stuff to learn. There's stuff to learn in balding just as much as there is stuff to learn in bald. And if you deny yourself that, if you deny yourself, you actually deny the growth. Since shaving my hair, there's some stuff here, but since shaving my hair, there have been occasions where I've met someone who has been balding or bald, and they still aren't over it. They've carried all their insecurities into their baldness as they would have had while they were balding. So, look, it's true that what's worse than bald is having issues around being bald or balding, but we often carry it with us. So what ended up happening after I grieved all of this time was something I never expected. From that day onward, like fucking crazy, every bald man within like a 200-meter radius that I could see, no matter how far, literally became a shining beacon to me. It was like, you there, you there, you there, you there. I'm with my girlfriend. I'm like, look at that bald man over there. Oh, hey, look at that guy. Like, it was like I developed this sixth sense around baldness to see and to witness, because I didn't realize that a part of me was actually suppressing that side of life, that I refused to look at, almost to absorb emotionally the appearance of what it looked like to be bald, and I never let myself see that it could be attractive. Now, from then, I started to notice there were certain people, I was like, damn, that guy's attractive. Damn, that person, not necessarily guy, is attractive. I started creating bold-spiration. You know, you look online and you go on Reddit, you're like, whatever. I started creating all these things of like, this is what a bold guy looks like. Part of my journey, to be honest, was also surrendering my blocks towards being bold, but to realize that I also had an idea of what a bold man is. That, oh, I'm bold, I've got to act this way. It's like fucking bullshit. But it's funny, once you look at it, it's like we humans, we add all this extra meaning to stuff that once you look at it, it's a bit absurd, and saying it out loud is absurd, but we don't realize we're going through it at the time. I remember then towards, was it New Year's or just after New Year's? I went to Wilson's prom with my girlfriend, and I always say this as a joke, but I spent the entire time looking at pictures of bald men. It wasn't the entire time, I did have a good holiday, but I was looking at guys online, pictures of bald men, and I had to, I just had to do it. It was like I could not hold back anymore. That day, or once we finished, I went to like the shaver shop in Australia and bought like a, what is the Pitbull little, it's like the most heavy duty head shaver I could get. The ads say it shaves in 90 seconds. I've timed it 6 to 10 minutes for me. Maybe I've just got thick hair, but I don't know. So I went on this, it was interesting because after I shaved it, first I like shaved it with a shaver, then I eventually used the thing to go down to the scalp. And you know what's funny? It's funny because I've been a dating coach for God knows how long now, maybe 7 years, maybe longer. And in the men's dating world specifically, there's all of this stuff out there that says guys have to approach girls. And more specifically, there is almost like a zeitgeist of men feeling like they have to approach women. Now, I've been surrendering my blocks to just being more attractive in general, to feeling better, and I do experiments. You know, I experiment on myself before I share with the world. That's basically how my work works. The great work. But what ended up happening, I remember the first time I went out, for the first time, it's like people were coming up to me, men, women, whatever, coming up to me, telling me how gorgeous I am. Never happened when I was with hair. Never happened. And it's happened almost every single time I've gone out now. Now, I know that there is a thing there because when it comes to healing, when you heal the blocks towards something, you allow it into your life. So men, if you're watching this and you are like sick of trying all the time, it's like, well, the belief that you have to try all the time is itself a block. Surrender to that feeling. Let it pass. Eventually you make space for people to come to you. You'll communicate that. Now there's videos I can talk about that, about my own experience, about people with clients and stuff like that. It's insane. It is insane to the point that I feel like this stuff will literally disrupt industries. And that's why I'm also here. But with my bold journey specifically, suddenly I was the pretty one, even though the entire time I had put all of this emphasis into my hair and to thought that I was my hair and to think that it was like I was attractive because I had my hair like this and I had my appearance like this. And that's conditional attractivity, when attraction is an energy before it is a physicality. And your physicality will change to match that energy. It's an energy that you let out into the world and people come to you. And you can go to them if you want to, but it's a pipe. Now, I always say this, and I was holding back from saying this in yesterday's video, but things that we want in life are like a pipe. I always say with people, I'm like, put your hands out, and I put my hands out with them. See this? This is a pipe. We share a pipe. Between the things that you want, this is a pipe. But there are stuff in there that blocks the things from coming to you. There's an energetic flow to things, right? Might be that I'm insecure, or I feel like I shouldn't be insecure. All of these layers we have developed over our life that stop us from being who and what we are, actually deep down inside is the very thing that it stops us. So what do? We willpower our way through it. So being bold actually became more aligned. I have not received a single, and it's funny because I say this and I put it online and now I'll get it all, right? But in person, I have not received a single bad comment on lack of hair. Not a single bad comment. And I attribute that not because it just genuinely looks better, but because I myself am in a different dimension of existence. That's the only way of saying it. In a different dimension of existence. That is that I myself am feeling and looking at myself in a whole different way. Now, I feel like I might find some solution in the future through an emotional healing thing towards hair, but in the meantime, I actually don't mind it. I love it. I think it's great. And to be honest, if I was to spend the rest of my life like this, it would be fantastic. But for those people who are bold or balding or going through a thing, and for anyone with body image issues, and I'll tell you in a second, the moment I knew I was ready to move on. I'll tell you in a second. But for those people who are balding or bold or anything like that, I really want to get across the idea that it is an amazing opportunity to deal with your insecurities about yourself. It's an amazing opportunity to surrender, to process the bullshit that we have. And it's an amazing opportunity to elevate your perspective about yourself. Because are you your hair? I would say no. Are you your skin? Are you your eyes? Are you your bones? Are you your brain? What are you? And that's often a very long spiritual question in itself. But once you sort of witness the motion of who and what you are, the rest sort of becomes extra. That hair is just an expression. That your eyes, your skin are just expressions of the soul that's underneath. So regardless of if you're on this journey or not, I personally love the Reddit/bold thing because you look at guys and once they're ready to make the shift, or people, because women are on there too, it's mostly men, but women are on there too, people who identify as such, on their journey that they're always like posting before and after photos. And to be honest, it always looks a lot cleaner, a lot better. That's what I like. I like the cleanliness of looking bold. But it's a look. It is a look. And you have the choice to grow your hair out just as much as you have the choice to shave it off. That's worth remembering. It might not look the same. You have the choice to do surgery. You have the choice to work your way up to get surgery. You have the choice to do the hair transplant things where they glue it on. You have a choice. And that's always worth remembering. The last thing I'll say, the moment I knew that it was time to shave off my hair, and I'm getting a bit exhausted just because I'm actually quite sick right now. I have a bit of a flu, not COVID, flu, I think, viral infection. But the moment I knew it was time to shave off my hair was at the end of my trip to Wilson's prom. And what happened then was I was looking in the mirror and I had finally healed enough of my hair around my relationship with my hair that I could stop trying to style it in a way that made it look like it was thicker. That's the fucking big thing there. I stopped trying to style it in a way that made it look thicker. And I looked at myself in the mirror and styled it the way that my hair naturally wants to go. I think I have a widow's peak here. Maybe I don't. I'm not 100% sure where it is. Can you find it? I'm just going to quickly adjust the brightness down. So I had a widow's peak around here. And what ended up happening was, so my hair is naturally meant to be parted maybe here. And what I was doing is I was sweeping it forward to get the thickness here across the front. And when I looked at my hair the way it was naturally meant to go, not the way I tried to make it go in order to cover up my insecurities, it was just obvious. It was like, I gotta shave it. It just doesn't look good. I want it to look good. Let's make the change. And you find a healed response are the changes that we make that are like this, that we find that we are already making because our pipe is clean and the intent is there. And if the intent was just to look good, maybe shaving your head off just looks better than having thicker hair. I swear to God, go on r/bold if you are not, if you're just a regular follower of my stuff, go on that Reddit channel, say Sharam sent me, or not, we don't want to rate it, just respect the space, but have a look at the before and after photos. Everyone looks so much more clearer. It just looks, it's like an elevated look. My girlfriend said that to me. I was wearing a turtleneck and she was like, wow, it's just an elevated look. And I was like, yeah, she and I were gagging off how good it looked for I don't know, a couple months afterwards. But it's been an amazing journey. I don't have to worry about hat hair anymore. I used to worry about that all the time, to be honest, because it was when you got thin hair and it's like Frankenstein frazzle madazzle when you take off your hat. So life itself is great. And I know a lot of people sometimes have a hard life, but I think it should be good. It should be great. And all we have to do is process the blocks towards who and what we are and who and what we want. And it comes to us or we go to it. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I have an email list. I'm gonna start it up again soon. I've currently put it on pause just because I needed to figure out what the fuck I was doing with my life. And I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, thank you for watching.